because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch. JayZ is setting Diddy up.
People even calling me, asking me about him. You know, and I don't know him from a can of paint. He even mentioned my name, saying that I know. I know what I know. I don't know what he knows. But I do know this, that...
Let's break down what's going on with JayZ. His breakdown isn't just a bad day, there's more to it. Growing up in the Marcy projects left scars, and even though he's successful now, that past doesn't disappear. Plus, staying at the top of the music world is tough. The pressure is constant, and JayZ's been holding on to that crown for years. On top of that, there's been drama in his life, like the Solange elevator incident and rumors of issues with Beyonce. While we can't confirm everything,
I give my opinion, and it seems to make a lot of people upset, you know, but then a lot of people love my opinion. That's why you bring me on here, and I really appreciate that, brother. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, you know, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. You know, a black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You understand? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, you know, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was the day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you know, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed.
let's break down what's going on with JayZ. His breakdown isn't just a bad day, there's more to it. Growing up in the Marcy projects left scars, and even though he's successful now, that past doesn't disappear. Plus, staying at the top of the music world is tough. The pressure is constant, and JayZ's been holding on to that crown for years. On top of that, there's been drama in his life, like the Solange elevator incident and rumors of issues with Beyonce. While we can't confirm everything, where there's smoke.
Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a JayZ victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it.
Let's talk about what it must be like being married to Beyonce. It's got to be both incredible and overwhelming. I mean, being her husband comes with a lot of pressure. How do you keep up with that? On top of that, JayZ's got 3 kids now. Balancing family life with running a huge empire is no small feat. Blue Ivy is growing up fast, and the twins are still young. It's a lot to handle, even for someone like Jay. And then there's the music industry. It's all about image, about being tough and invincible, but it's not kind to people's mental health. Behind the glitz and glamour, these artists are human, and sometimes, humans break. So when we see JayZ breaking down, maybe it's because he's been carrying too much, his past, the pressure of now, and the uncertainty of what's ahead. It's all coming down on him.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was JayZ girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
JayZ's pregnant mistress,
yeah,
who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book, Bling, and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like JayZ's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce. And I say that, women do have a...
That country album, and any of you that buy that shit are stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap
credit.
music with goddamn a holster and a head.
And you know what? Maybe this breakdown is exactly what JayZ needed. People are saying it could be the breakthrough he's been waiting for. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you can rise again. So, what's really behind JayZ's designer shades? A lot of pain, pressure, and probably things we don't even know about yet. But one thing's clear, this isn't the end of JayZ's story, it's just the start of a new chapter. And trust, we'll be here for every twist and turn.
Tammy Wynette, classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops. And disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like
who was
this.
actually carrying his baby while you was faking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you? He put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumbass bitch.
So, you know, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Why don't nobody want to accept that bitch?
I think
she went and killed the girl cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and while she was asleep. You know, snacking on his bitch, killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started.
You won't believe the chaos that followed JayZ's breakdown. The streets are buzzing, and everyone's got something to say. It was like the world stopped to watch Hope cry. Once that video hit the internet, it spread like wildfire. Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok couldn't keep up with the reactions, saying, "Is this for real?" They were worried about Jay, while others, of course, claimed it was just a publicity stunt. The internet was on fire for days. But here's the thing, it wasn't just regular folks talking. Celebrities like Diddy and Rihanna were all over social media, showing love and support for JayZ.
Why did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird. The next day, within the week?
No, the next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astro World.
So, let me ask you.
Texas politics.
Yeah, Texas politics, man. It's that right there. We're gonna talk about the episode, but for right now, I just got to get your take on when we see a Killer Mike win 3 Grammys
and get arrested immediately after because JayZ paid somebody up just so he couldn't have a good night. You Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo. I don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Cause you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her.
Even Kanye jumped in. Yes, you heard that right, and we all know how messy that relationship has been. He tweeted something supportive, and it felt like the entire music industry rallied behind JayZ. You'd think Jay's team would be out there dropping statements to control the narrative, but behind the scenes, they were scrambling and asking for privacy. We're all craving the real story, but let's talk about what this means for Jay's image. We've always seen him as this untouchable king of hip-hop, calm and in control. Now, he's breaking down in public. It's like seeing Superman cry. Some people are saying this could hurt his career, like he's losing his edge.